Good evening, all. Good evening. Happy evening to all. Good evening, guys. Happy evening. Good evening. Yeah, Madhu, good evening. Pawan Kumar, good evening. And Ilamati, good evening. Manoj Kumar, very good evening. And Anil, yeah, hello and good evening. So today's, day 27 of Computer Vision Masterclass. So 3 days to go complete this, Computer Vision Masterclass. Yeah, Augustine, good evening. Sasidhar Reddy, good evening, very good evening. Yeah, Manoj, good evening. Very good evening. Yes. Malavika, good evening. Surya, hi. Happy evening to all. Legend, the legend, good evening. Yes. Gopika, good evening. Yes. Vanaraj, Vanaja, good evening. Yes. Good evening all and happy evening. Surya Prakash, very good evening. Hello everyone. This is Philip from Pantech e-learning and I welcome you all for engage your learning experience with Pantech e-learning anytime, anywhere and any places. And we are always supporting to the students in a technical way. And also what is our main vision? We are going to help to 10 million students to learn technical way by the easy way. Okay, and I welcome you all, today's session, day 27 of Computer Vision Masterclass. So today we are going to discussing about image classification by using K nearest neighbor algorithm in machine learning. Okay, so today we are going to discussing about the image classification. So by using the KNN, yes, yeah. Now it's going no. Good evening, Kartikeya. So now, my live is going, right? Yeah. Yokesh, good evening. Astina, good evening. Yashwant Kumar, very good evening. Chinne Yesu, good evening. Aparna, good evening. Yes, Varaj, good evening. Yes. Okay, guys. Without delay, I am going to, entering the today's topic. Today we are going to discussing about the few things about the machine learning and also KNN and also image classification. But what about the output today? The output is completely different because of every day showing the output. The complete 100% output I will show. But today, so what is the necessity of the CNN and what is the purpose of the KNN? This kind of things we are going to discuss. Why we entering the image classification by using the CNN, this kind of things we are going to discuss. Because what is the accurate depending on the machine learning algorithm and also what is the accurate for the deep learning algorithm, this kind of the things we are going to discuss at the end of the conclusion of this particular code. Okay, right. So most probably my voice is clear. My voice is clear, guys. Now it's clear. If it is clear means please command me in command box. Yes. Okay. So now I am going to enter into today's topic. Are you guys excited to listen in the classes? If you guys are excited means please raise your hands in command box. Please raise your hands in command box. So that will be more interactive to start the session. Okay, right. So that will be more encouraging to start the session. So if you guys are excited to listen in the classes means please raise your hands in command box. Yes, thank you. Most of the people are responding. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, okay, right. So what is image classification? First of all, we need to know about this. After that only we can go to entering the, further discussion about this. Okay, right. So image classification in this sense, depending on the features, we are going to classify, yes it is Philip, yes it is, different person. So that is depending on the features. So for example, we are going to classify depending on the data points. Depending on the data points, we are going to classify by using the KNN. So normally the image classification, in the sense it, two different images will be there in the sense depending on the data features. Yes, it is Philip. Yes, it is Betty. Like that. Okay, so we can classify depending on the features. So that way we are going to discuss the same algorithm, also the same purpose of that. Okay, right. So most probably what is our task today, in the sense we are going to classify the image by using the KNN algorithm in machine learning. So most probably we are going to discuss how to perform the image classification by using the KNN algorithm. It is one of the algorithm in machine learning. Yeah, so that is classification of dog or a cat, like that. Yeah, exactly. So okay, so I will give the task today. Okay, at the end of the session I will give the task to you. Okay, right. So the image classification is the method to classify the way of the images into their respective categories classes. That means depending on the data features. For example, my features is completely different and also another person features is completely different. So we need to collecting the data. After that only we can classify easily with the help of some kind of algorithm or a machine learning or also deep learning. Okay, so the same way we are going to discuss today, we are going to use the KNN for this particular task. How does it performs? So today we are going to discussing about how to train the model by using the machine learning techniques. Okay, how to train the model, this kind of things we are going to discuss. After that only what is the evaluation of this particular model, this kind of things we are going to discuss. Okay, right. So here we are going to discussing about how to train the machine by using the machine learning model. At the end of the session, you will be understand the why the deep learning preferred for the image classification. So this kind of a question maybe you are asking to me, why we are using the deep learning algorithm here. Most probably the image classification can done by using the deep learning algorithm. Why? In the sense at the end of the this particular class you will know the answer for this particular question. Okay, that is the reason I mentioned here. At the end of the session, you will understood why the deep learning is preferred for the image classification. So most probably, if you if you are going to search something about the image classification, in the sense most of the projects can be done by using the CNN algorithm, that is convolution neural network. So what is the purpose of the convolution neural network? How does it works? In the sense depending on the data features, it can be worked like that. So that is why the neural networks is preferred for the image classification. Then why we are using the KNN here? In the sense we can how does it works? This kind of things we are going to discuss today. Okay, right. So how it can be performed by using the machine learning, this kind of things we are going to discuss. Okay, right. So what what is image classification exactly? So the image classification is the method. Yes. What happened? Yes, guys. My screen is visible, right? My live is going right now. Yeah, that is a different workshop is going. Yeah. Okay, guys. Is clear, right? This live is very clear, right? If any problem is, please mention in the comment box. I will discuss to my team. Okay? Yeah. So that is different workshop here. Okay, that is in a different workshop. So this is masterclass. Okay, fine. Yes, guys. So you want to listening these classes in the sense watch this live. Okay, right. So here. What is image classification exactly? In the sense, image classification is a method to classify the image with their respective classification depending on the features. Okay, and for example, we can classify the different classes of the object. Like for example, we are going to use this particular data set. That means the data is like aeroplane, automobile, bird, cat, deer, dog, frog, horse, and ship, truck. So depending on the data set, we having the different classes of that particular data set. Okay, we are going to use that particular data set here. So this particular category will be there. Okay, right. So here, so what is exactly we need to understand, right? When you are entering the coding, when you are entering the machine learning, we need to know about this something about KNN and also the machine learning. So most probably KNN is the K nearest neighbor. It is one of the most basic essential classification algorithm in machine learning, and it is a supervised machine learning algorithm. So what is the meaning of the supervised? So it having the labeled data. So this particular algorithm is going to train with the help of the labeled data. So what about the unsupervised, in the sense without the labeled data we are going to train, automatically it will be for example, automatically it will be going to making the group of that particular data because of there is no label. Okay, right. So here that means what, in the sense in supervised machine learning, it having the labeled data set, we have the labeled data set. After that only we are going to train the computer or train the machine by using the KNN. So that means machine learning techniques. So here it is one of the simplest and widely used classification algorithm. That means which a new point is classified based on the similarity. Okay, so once you are going to feed the new point, in the sense that new point is going to search the similarity for the already having that particular data set. So that data set and new data set is combined and searching the features of that. After that only it is going to making the different group. Okay, so which a data, new data point is classified based on the similarity in the specific group of the neighboring data points. Okay, so when you are going to loading the new data, in the sense that new data is going to compare with the similarities with the neighbor data. That neighbor data is very similar to the one particular class group. For example, A group, in the sense it will be going to making the A group. Like that only it will be classified, because of depending on the data features it can be possible to make the group like that. So what is exactly our target here? So we are going to classify the image. That means what? Depending on the data features we are going to classify, depending on the data points it will be making the group like that. Okay, right. So this is KNN, exactly the introduction of KNN. What about the working of this particular K nearest neighbor? So that is very important, right? So K nearest neighbor is one of the simplest machine learning algorithm based on the supervised machine learning technique, right? So this algorithm assumes the similarity between the new data and also available data. So this particular algorithm is going to assume the similarity between the new data and also available data. That will be put it into the new cases. Depending on this available data, it is very near to that particular data, in the sense it is going to make the new cases of that particular thing. So that is why I mentioned here. Okay, that is why I mentioned here, put the new case into the categories that is most similar to the available category. So that means when you are going to enter the new data, in the sense it will be going to compare and what is the similarity between there and the new data. So this is the things this particular algorithm is going to calculate. So once the new cases find the similarity between the existing data, that existing data making the group for these particular new data. After that only it can be possible to detect. Clear, no? So once you are going to feed the new data, that new data features is similar to the existing data, means it can be making the group to join there. So automatically it will be moved to there, that existing data. That existing data is maybe that it is Philip, or maybe that it is Betty, in the sense. Similarity between these data features for the new data is going to be Philip, in the sense it will be moved to Philip automatically. Then the image will be classified, yes, it is Philip. Okay, so this is the way it will be working. And the KNN algorithm stores all the available data and classify the new data points based on the similarity. That is very important. What is the similarity? Depending on the data features, the feature is very similar or not. This means when the new data is appeared, then it can be easily classified into well-suited category by using the KNN algorithm. That can be possible with the help of the KNN. when comparatively KNN, but CNN, performed very well. That means what? It is depending on the neural network. So that is why I am saying, when you are, done this today's topic, after that only you can understand why we choose the neural network for this particular image classification. Because most probably this machine learning techniques will not perform very well. It is nearly, we are expecting the 95% of the evaluation of the model. But maybe that the machine learning model will not give exactly for that. Maybe that it will be giving the 38% or 40% or 50%. It will not perform very well. Okay, I will show the example. It will not perform very well of this. Okay, right. So that is why we choose in the deep learning neural network. Okay, right. So the KNN can be used for regression problem and also classification problem. First, we need to understand what is regression problem, what is classification problem. So most of the people doesn't know about this, right? So what is the meaning of that regression? What is the meaning of the classification in the sense? Classification means we can, make the group like A or B, 0 or 1, yes or no. That is the classification problem. What about the regression problem in the sense, how many and how much? This is the regression problem that we need to understand. After that only we can choose the algorithm exactly. Clear, no? Yes. Okay. So this is the reason we need to understand the problem first. After that we can choose the algorithm for regression or classification. Here what is the problem about that? What is the problem of that particular target? That means classification problem. That means what? Yes or no, this or that, 1 or 0. So this is the classification problem. We are not expecting how many, how much and how many, this kind of the things. So if it is, the problem is related to the how many and how much in the sense, that is the regression problem here. But here the classification problem only there. Okay, right. Okay, so how does it work? Once you are going to see this picture, you can understand easily. Okay, when I explain this one, you can, understand easily when you are seeing this particular chart. See here, when you are going to feed in the new data, okay, this new data is going to, finding the distance between the data points, depending on the features. That is very important. Okay, so these particular new data is going to find the distance between the nearest neighbor points. So that is why the name is K nearest neighbor. These particular new data points, okay, so these particular data points is going to calculate the distance between the each and neighbor data points. That data point is very near in the sense, that is the group of that. For example, see this picture, it is going to calculate the distance between these and these, but it is very near to this particular category, category A. So that particular category is making the group for this. That means this new data point is assigned to the category A. When you are applying the KNN, this will be calculate the distance between the neighbor data points. That is very near to that particular data points in the sense, for example, this data point is very near to the category A. So that is why this new data point is going to assign the category A. See here. Clear, no? After that we can find easily, right? After that we can find easily. So if the for example, one more example I will say. I feed the my photo to the computer. Okay, my photo to the computer. It is going to match these particular groups. That means what in the sense, behind the algorithm, behind the model, this particular data point, my picture data points, my picture data features is going to calculate the distance. Okay, so that is called nearest neighbor. It will be help to finding the distance between these data and these data. Once the features is matched with this data is depending on the distance, this will be the group, yes it is Philip. The output will be, yes it is Philip. Okay, so that is there are some more calculation will be there. For example, root of x2 minus x1 depending on the coordinates. So that is x2 minus x1 of square plus y2 minus y1 of the square, like that only the calculation will be there. So once you are entering that one in the sense, that is too much calculation will be there. Okay, right. So yeah, so this is the way the KNN is working like that. Okay, right. So the working steps of this, particularly in this sense, first we have to selecting the neighbor value, that is K value 5. Okay, find the K value, it is the nearest data point for our new data points based on the Euclidean distance. So that is called the nearest distance. That means the formula will be like root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So that is the distance. Okay, among these k data points, count the data points for each category. Okay, so related to that, for example, so these particular data points, it will be going to counting the data points for each category. Then assign the new data points to the particular category that has the most neighbor new points of that. Okay, I will show the example, I will show the code, then only you can understand. Okay, right. So before entering the coding, we need to understand one thing. What is that? In the sense, now I am going to interact with you. Okay, now I am going to interact with you. So few interaction, after that only we can enter in the coding. Okay, right? So my first question, what is machine learning? So most of the people knows in the sense, please mention in the command box SVP. If you knows means what is concept of the machine learning in the sense, please raise your hands and mention in the command box SVP. Okay, so if you doesn't know about the machine learning in the sense, we can't, there is no use to entering the coding, right? Yeah. So I'm expecting from you the interaction I'm expecting. So please mention in the comment box what is understanding about machine learning. What is your understanding about the machine learning? So mention in the comment box. Yes. If doesn't know about this in the sense, you will not go there. That means we need to understand about this. Then only we can enter in the coding. Otherwise, will not. Okay, right. Janaki, yes. Yes. Yeah, it is ability of the machine to learn themselves without being the explicit. Yes. Yeah. Okay, very good. So most of the people answered very well. So that is more interactive. Yeah, it is a part of AI. Yes, it is. Machine learning is to train the machine in the way of we need to perform the particular task. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. Data will feed to the machine. Yes, of course. Yeah, Sasidhar, morning live session. Okay. Machine learning will predict the future based on the past data. That's good. That is, very good answer. Yes. Okay. Right. So in a single line and one line statement of the machine learning, we are going to teach the machine with the help of the past data. After that, the machine will giving the prediction automatically. That's it. Clear now? We are going to teach the machine with the help of the past data. After the training completed, the machine will give the prediction depending on the analyze. Once the machine is trained well in the sense, automatically it will be analyzed depending on the data, depending on the new data. For example, once you are going to feed the new data, that time the data is going to compare with the past data because already it is stored in the machine. That time it is going to analyze and compare with the similarity between the past data and also the new data. Then it is going to making the group. After that it will be going to giving the prediction. Right? No? So that is without any without any disturbance, it will be automatically analyze and giving the prediction. Right? So that is it having the different categories like supervised machine learning, unsupervised machine learning, reinforcement machine learning. That means what? So what is the differentiation between these and that and the sense? Supervised machine learning in the sense it having the labeled data. That means the teacher will be there because the data is already giving the answer. What about the unlabeled data? There is no answer for that particular data. That means what? In labeled data, it having the dependent variable, also independent variable. In that unlabeled data, only the dependent variable will be there. There is no, independent variable will be there. There is no dependent variable. That result will not be there. What about the reinforcement? The reinforcement is working depending on the feedbacks. Okay, once the result is not get good in the sense, it will be going to, working again and again and training again and again like that. Okay, right. So most probably in single line, the machine is going to learn with the help of the past data. After that, it is going to predict depending on the, once you are feeding the new data, it is going to compare and it will be giving the prediction. Okay, it's clear? Yeah. Now I am going to enter what is the procedure to write the code for the machine learning. Okay, right. So first, we need to collect the data. So when you are going to enter in the data science, in the sense they are having the life cycle of the data science. Like once you are going to fixing the business target, after that collecting the data for that particular target. So the target is collecting the data in the sense we need to pre-processing the data for formatting the data. Once it is formatted means we need to extract in the data like dependent variable and also the independent variable. Once it is done means we need to train why we are going to split the data, why we are going to enter in the feature extraction. We need to train the data and testing the data. So that is the reason we split the data. Once the trained data set and testing data set we have means we are going to enter in the model creation with the help of the different algorithm getting from the sklearn. Okay, right. So actually I am using 3.10.4. Okay, today I am going to use for the explanation for the delivery. I am going to use the Jupyter today because of I am going to explain one by one. So that is the reason I am going to use Jupyter, because of that will be more helpful for explaining the code. Okay, one by one. Okay, right. So yeah. So after model created with the help of the different algorithm getting from the sklearn, we need to train the model with the help of the past trained data. Okay, the trained data, the model is trained with the help of the trained data. Then we are going to enter the prediction with the help of the testing data. After that, we can enter the evaluation. So what is the purpose of evaluation? What is the purpose of evaluation? The evaluation will help to find the best model for our particular target. That is very important. Depending on the percentage, depending on the accuracy value, that will be giving the best model for our particular target, right? So if it is getting 95% when compared to other models, in the sense, yes, that is the best algorithm, that is the best model for our particular target. Why we have to calculate the accuracy? So what is the purpose of the accuracy calculation? What is the purpose of the evaluation? The main purpose of the evaluation, we have to find the model, we have to find the best model for our particular target. That is very important. Once you did not find the best model, in the sense it will not giving the output like not exactly. It will be giving the different output. The prediction will not come exactly. So the evaluation score is very important and the accuracy score is very important for the machine learning, I am saying. Clear? Yes. Okay. So here, what is the procedure for machine learning? Data collection. So we need to collecting the data set. Okay, right. And data pre-processing. So pre-processing means we need to properizing the data, that means cleaning and cleaning and this kind of the things we have to calculate, null values we have to clear, this kind of the things, and the empty columns you have to remove, this kind of the things is a pre-processing. That is nothing but formalize the data. Okay, why we are going to do without pre-processing, what will happen? So once we are going to without pre-processing to train the model, in the sense that will not train perfectly. So because once you are going to train the model, in the sense that model, that particular algorithm expecting the properized data. That is the reason we need to do that. That is very important here. So most of the people, why we are doing like that, this kind of things? No, the pre-processing is very important. We are getting we need to get it 95% in the sense we have to formalize the data and clean the data, and formatted data is very important for training the model. Okay, right. So the feature extraction, after formalize the data, we need to splitting the data for testing and training. That means X and Y. Okay, the X is nothing but the dependent variable, Y is nothing but the, X is nothing but the independent variable, Y is nothing but the dependent variable. So we need to train and test. So with the help of the test size, the training percentage and testing percentage will be there. So once you are mentioning the 0.2, in the sense that will be like 80% of training and 20% of testing. Okay, right. After that, we are going to create the model. That means what? In the sense we are going to create the object for our particular algorithm. After creating the object, we have to train the model with the help of the fit function. That fit function with the help trained with the help of the trained data. That is very important. X train and Y train, like that. Okay, yeah. So Chinesu, it is not like that. It is showing head and tail. Okay, so pre-processing, in the sense we need to clean the data. Right. So after training completed, we need to go for evaluation and comparative with the test data. That means Y X test. After that, we are going to compare the prediction and also the Y test. The evaluation can be done with the help of these particular data. That means what? If you are getting the evaluation value nearly 0.9, that means the value will be 0 to 1, right? So that is nothing but what exactly in the sense, if you are getting the 0.9 in the sense, that will be the 90%. Okay? Right. That's it. Okay, right. So without delay, I am going to entering the coding. Yeah. So what are the coding steps here? So data set acquisition, that is the data collection, and data pre-processing. These are the process we have to follow that, and implementing the KNN, because once you are going to load the data set, in the sense we need to pre-processing the data and implementing the KNN with the help of the sklearn library, because we can get it from the particular algorithm from sklearn. That is very important. After that, result. So result is the sense what? That is like evaluation score. Okay. Then testing the customs input. Okay. After that, the conclusion. The conclusion is completely different from the past days classes. Okay, fine. Yeah. Now, before entering the coding, just a minute. Before entering the coding, we will be discussing something about the internship. If you interested, please do join the internship. Okay, so you will be getting 30 days learning activity and OpenCV concepts and 7+ awesome projects you can build and develop with me every day. You are going to, it is on process, right? Yeah, 3 days only remaining. Yeah. So this is, the project files you will be get, and everyday materials and everyday recorded classes you will be get. So normally we charged for all these projects and also materials, recorded videos. So we charged 26,000, but normally now we are giving only 500 rupees. Okay, 500 rupees. So please do join the internship. Don't hesitate to join the internship. Okay, so it will be very worthy. So do join the internship. Okay, so this is the yes, I will share the internship link. Yes. Okay. So this is the internship link, and use this coupon code. You will be getting 500 rupees offer. Okay. Right. That's it. Yeah. Now I am going to enter the coding. Today I am going to use the Jupyter, because of once the machine learning coding explanation is very comfortable in Jupyter. Why? Because of for the explanation, not about my comfortable. For the explanation, it will be good. So that is the reason I chosen this, and I wrote the code. There. Okay, right. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. So you guys are excited to listening the code? If you guys are excited means please mention in the comment box as well. Please mention in the comment box as well because of I'm expecting the more interaction from you guys. Okay? Right. Yeah. The internship. Yeah, the internship is started already. You will be getting the LMS access and all the recorded videos and also like PPTs. These are the things you will be get once you join there. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you will be get. Another 1 week. The certificate will give another 1 week. Once it is finished in the sense, next week you will be get. Yes. Okay. Right. Yeah. Sure. That is your wish. You can use. No problem. You can use. No problem, Mahati. So that is similar to the Jupyter also. That is similar to the Jupyter, no problem. You can use, no problem. Yes, Makati, you can use, no issues. Yeah, okay, yes. So initially, we need, necessary libraries. For example, what is the library we need for the machine learning exactly? In the sense, if you are using the CSV file, in the sense we need, pantas and processing on the data is needed. Pantas is necessary for, CSV file. But here the pantas is not needed. Okay, here the pantas is not needed. Okay, right. So here I am going to use NumPy and also sklearn. So sklearn for the accuracy score and also the classification report, this kind of things. And the TensorFlow is very important. Why? Because of we are going to load the data set from the Keras. Okay, from the Keras. So it is the built-in data set. So we are going to load the data by using these particular getting from this particular package and this particular module. Okay, right. See here, it is downloaded. Okay, it is downloaded. The download is completed already for this particular, this particular data set. The particular data set name is Zipar. Okay, Zipar 10 and load data. Okay, right. See here. Yes. Now, and this is the displays the graph. I'm going to explain how does it works. I'm not explaining the visualization this and all. Okay, right. Yes. So CVT is very necessary for testing. Okay. Yes. Now, so this is for X train, Y train, X test, Y test. Why? Because here it is not needed for splitting the data. Because when we are using the Keras data set, right? So that Keras data set is already trained and test. So that is the reason it is not necessary for that splitting the data for testing and training. Okay, right. So first import the libraries, that is TensorFlow and Keras is needed for loading the data set, and also without training testing it can be possible because we are using the Keras data set here, right? Yeah. And the NumPy and CV2 for the further process. So here the X train and Y train and X test and Y test. So this will be loaded. Normally what did we do in the sense, once we loaded the data set means, so read CSV for that particular data. Then data set is loaded in the sense we need to clean the data. If there are any null values, is there any empty columns, this kind of things we will be clear. Okay. After that we need to split the data X and Y. Then we are going to feeding the data for test, train, split for testing and training. Okay, then the training and testing is completed for X train, Y train, X test, Y test in the sense. After that only we are going to create the model and training the model with the help of the trained data, right? So this procedure is not needed here because of it is the Keras library data set, Keras module data set. So the X train, Y train and X test, Y test. Okay, the attendance link will be posted. Should wait. Okay, right. This is the datas. Okay, this is the data. It is downloaded from the Keras. Okay, downloaded from the Keras. These all are the data we have. Okay, normally this data set is like this. So 9 classes will be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 and 10. Okay, it is starting the 0. So that is the 10 classes will be there like this. The data set, the inbuilt data set is like this. Okay, right. Now, just a minute. Yeah. Here we are going to show the shape here. Like this is the test shape of that. So this is the size, the dimension of the image. Okay, this is the dimension of the image. This is the color range. For that is 3 channels, right? So that is a dimension and thousands, 10,000s of image for testing. Remaining will be the training. Remaining will be the training. Okay. Now we are going to normalize the data. Okay, train the data. Why? Because in the sense we need to data in the event. Okay, so that is the reason divided by 255. All the data will be the normalized. All the data will be normalized because here we are using the image. Okay, image. So that is the reason we need to normalize the data divided by 255. Okay, right. So now it is normalized. Okay, then we need to convert the this data like 4D into the 2D, because once you are going to use the sklearn, in the sense they are having the certain rules. If you are using the neural network, in the sense that is not needed, but if you are going to use for the sklearn, in the sense the sklearn is expecting the some criteria. Okay, some criteria in the sense what? In the sense we need to convert in the 2D array. All the images will have to convert the 2D array. So that is the reason we are going to convert the that particular trained data will convert to the reshape. That means converted to the 2D. Okay, so here this is a sample of that, and xtrain 2 and dot reshape for divided, it will be converted. This is the procedure to converting the 2D. Okay, so the data set will be like normally here the 4D. After that it will be converted. Once you are using these particular things, in the sense it will be converted to the 2D. Okay, right. Same thing for test also. Okay, train is completed. After that test. So we need to the data, the image will be converted to the 2D, because the sklearn library is expecting this kind of the data. They are having the some criteria will be there. Normally the neural network doesn't have this kind of the things for the images, but we are going to use the image here. So that is the reason that particular package expecting the 2D file. Yeah, most of the people expecting like attendance link. Yes. Mahati, yeah, I will tell to you. Yeah, I will tell to you. Once I share the attendance link, I will tell to you. Don't worry. Fine. Right? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So normally, Mahati is expecting the answer for the sklearn, right? Yeah. sklearn is the most important library in machine learning. Why? In the sense, for example, data pre-process and data loading in machine learning. Okay, in the sense, which library we are going to use? Pandas, right? Yeah, the sklearn library, in the sense that sklearn library will giving the multiple algorithm for machine learning. That means, for example, random forest, decision trees, neighbors, navy bias, k nearest neighbor, all the algorithm will get it from there only. So the sklearn package will having the multiple algorithm for machine learning. Okay, right? Yeah. Right. Okay, fine. After converted the 2D array of the image, we need to initialize the library. Okay, so we need to initialize the sklearn library for calling this particular algorithm. Okay, so all the data is prepared and trained. The data is prepared and trained. After that, we need to creating the model. How does it happen? In the sense, it will be getting from the sklearn library this particular module and this particular algorithm getting from the sklearn package. So normally the machine learning algorithm we are getting from the sklearn package. Okay, clear now? Yes. So this is the module and this is the class of that particular algorithm. Okay, so this is the algorithm k nearest classifier. Okay, right. So once you calling that particular algorithm, we need to create an object for this particular algorithm. So that is the reason we created here KN, k nearest neighbor. This is the object of this particular classifier algorithm, KNN algorithm. So model is created. Okay, the model is created here. Okay, the model created done means we have to train with the help of the trained data, right? We have to train. We have to train the model with the help of the trained data. So how does it happen? In the sense, with the help of the fit function. With the help of the fit function, it trained with the help of the trained data. Clear? It's clear? Hope you guys are clear. Hope you guys are clear. Yeah, right. So without delay, I'm going to finish. It is already 8:45. Okay, done. So the training is completed with the help of the training is finished with the help of the trained data set and also with the help of the fit function from getting from the where sklearn. Okay, this sklearn and every algorithm giving this particular function for training. Okay, right. So n neighbors in the sense this is the k value of this particular algorithm. Okay, of this particular algorithm, this will be going to finding the features of that and making the group like that depending on the features. Okay, then the model is created and trained. After that, we are going to entering the prediction. That is very important. Okay, the prediction is very important. So, with the help of that particular algorithm, going to predict with the help of the X test. Okay, the prediction value is done means after that we are going to entering the accuracy score. That is evaluation. That is evaluation. Okay, evaluation in the sense what we have to finding the percentage. Accuracy of that particular model. Okay, hope you guys are clear. Yes, one person mentioned, right? Jahun. Okay, yeah. So, okay, fine. Here, the accuracy score, this particular function will get it from the matrix. Don't forget. So these particular, accuracy score function will get it from the matrix module. Okay, yeah. So matrix module, the accuracy score is expecting the parameter like these parameter and also the y test. So we are going to compare the prediction value and also the y test value. After prediction is completed, we are going to show the details of every classes. Like for example 0 to 9. So this is the 10 classes. Okay, this is the data of each and every classes. So this is the index. So this classification report when comparatively y predict and y test. Okay, so this will be giving the score for every data. Final data will be the 34%. Final score will be the 34% only, depending on that particular data. Okay, right. So what is the score? Accuracy score 33 only. It will not giving the accurate answer. It will not giving the accurate answer. Okay. Okay. So what is the result for this particular percentage? We have to identify, right? What is the result for this particular percentage? How does it works? We need to know, right? So 33% is a very low percentage of that particular model. If it is 33% in the sense, definitely you will not giving the correct answer, correct prediction. Okay, so normally 80 above in the sense that will be giving the good result. Okay, right. Clear? Hope you guys are clear. Yes. Yes. Now the testing. Okay, testing. Now we are going to loaded the particular image. Okay, particular image with the help of the IM reader. Okay, then need to resize of this particular size, right? Because we need to compare, right? So we need to compare in the sense this size we have to convert. So that is the reason we converted like this. Okay, right. So feature extraction means that is the independent and dependent variable. Okay, that is the once you learn the machine learning in the sense you could understand easily. Yeah. So resize the image. After that, the same thing we have to do. Why? Because the SK learner is expecting all the images into the 2D array. So that is the reason. With the help of the resize of that particular image, it will be resized to the 2D input. Now the class is initiated, like all the title, all the classes name, aeroplane, automobile, and bat, cat, deer, dog, frog, horse, ship, truck. So these all are the class names. Okay, right. Now we are going to predict. Okay, we are going to predict means with the help of this particular model. Which model? KNN is a model, right? Yeah, you should call that particular model and predict. We have to pausing this particular image. After that only you can get it the output. See here, it will be written in the array of 0. So what is the index of 0? The 0 index value is aeroplane. But our image is like, just a minute will show that our image is bad. Okay, just a minute guys. Yeah, I will show the image. Yes. Actually, this image is loaded. This image is loaded. This is the file name bird.gif. Okay, right. See here, what is the output of this? But it will be written 0. It is not an aeroplane. It is a bird. 33% will giving the result like this. 33% it giving the result like this. Now you hope, now I hope you guys are understood very well why we chosen this CNN. Why we are going to prefer for the deep learning neural network. Okay, it is not performed very well for the image classification when compared to the CNN. That means convolution neural network. The convolution neural network is performed very well depending on the feature extraction. Clear? So that is the reason it will not perform. What is the final result? The array is giving the 0. 0 in the sense aeroplane. But our result have to 2. The array 2 is the correct result. Right? The array output is the correct result. Array of 2 is a correct result. But it giving the index number 0. Okay? Right. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. We can use the different images, different extensions, that is JPG, PNG, like that. Okay, no problem. But we have to resize the image like this shape because it is loaded like this. Okay, right? Yeah, wrong prediction. So that is the reason we choose we prefer the deep learning neural network. Hope you guys are understood. Hope you guys are understood. Okay, right. That's it, guys. Just I'm going to wind up today. So I just stopped today. Tomorrow we will be discussing in a different project. So what is the solution of this particular problem? We can use CNN, algorithm. That will be more helpful for the classification. Okay, right. Deeply trained is very important for the image. So that is the reason I chosen this topic. Why KNN is working like that and CNN is needed. Yes. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Mr. N.B. Rao. Yes. Okay, fine. Hope you guys are understood. That is the reason. What is the conclusion of today? In the sense, the KNN is, not the KNN is will not giving the correct prediction. So that is the reason we are going to prefer the CNN neural network. Okay, right. Clear now? Yes. So now I am going to entering my time. Without delay, I am going to entering my time. Yes, most of the people expecting these times. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Take risk and do something bold. You won't regret it. You won't regret it. So if you are going to hesitate the taking the risk means that will not that will not boldest thing. If you're taking the risk and do something boldly on that particular risk in the sense, that will be a a speakable thing. That will be a talkable thing. Okay, right. Take risk and do something bold. You will not regret it. It's said by Elon Musk. Okay, so take risk, no problem. Don't hesitate and don't afraid of it. Takes risk and do something bold. Okay, right. Yes. Now the challenge. Yesterday I said one challenge, right? What is the challenge? Accept the criticism. So that will be improving your personality, right? So today one kind of the challenge. So that will be everything have to everyone should have to do. What is that in the sense? Spend the quality time with your loved ones. Maybe that your family, maybe that your friends, and maybe that your best one. Okay, so spend your quality time with your loved one. Maybe that your family members like mom, dad, and sister and brother, and friends. So of course we spend a lots of the time with the friends, right? Not in family. Okay, so please spend give more time to your family. So that will be also making you feels good. Okay, so spend the quality time with loved one, that your family or friends, and also your best one. Okay, right. Okay, clear? Yes. Okay, guys. So without delay, I'm going to wind up. Thank you and happy learning. If you have any queries related to the internship, please contact 8925533488. Okay, if you have any queries related to the internship and also for the master classes, please contact 8925533488. And thank you all. Yes. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't use because of this will be only for the discussion and in research. That is the reason I did not mention confusion matrix. I did not use the confusion matrix here. So only for the discussion, right? That is the reason I did not use the confusion matrix here. Yes. Thank you, Maunika. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Pre-process. So what is your expectation? Pre-processing technique. So pre-processing techniques is going to clean the data. That's it. Okay, and we have to make the data for the training the model. So that is more important, because all the algorithm expecting the proprietary data. Okay, so that is the reason we need to pre-processing the data, that for example converting the 2D like that. Okay, right. And normalize the data, that means normalize the data means even the data divided by the 250, that is the pre-process. Yes, okay guys, thank you all. Spend your valuable time with your loved one, that may be family or friends or your best one. Don't forget, and that is your challenge, you have to start itself today. Okay, thank you, good night, good dreams, and have a delicious dinner. Bye bye. Thank you all. Thank you.